Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
We all have wishes at Christmas. Maybe it's a car, repairs to your home, new appliances, or travel. Get yourself that perfect gift with a GUT Credit Union Christmas Make-A-Wish loan. You can get the money you need to make that holiday wish come true. Apply for a loan and you'll be entered to win one of 5 shopping sprees at Foodland Supermarket. Plus, great prizes from Sol AC Limited, Dean Mattresses, Digicel Grenada Limited, and Beacon Insurance. Call 440-1354. Email loans@gutcu.com or visit go.gutcu.com/Christmas. Apply now and make your wish the perfect gift this Christmas. Special conditions apply.
This is Network News for Thursday, January 5, 2023. In the headlines, desperate mother is seeking the public's assistance in locating her teenage son. Catholics in Grenada to pay their final respects to Pope Benedict XVI on Friday. Grenadians set their New Year's resolutions for 2023. Farmers' representative in the Senate calls for a pre-deal larceny fund to compensate victims. Regionally, heated resumption to the Commission of Inquiry into the Paria diving tragedy in Trinidad. Plus, in the sports news, reintroduction of hurdles to sporting calendar. Good evening, I'm Kenroy Baptiste here at Television Center at the Grenada Broadcasting Network. We'll be back after this.
The first segment of the news comes to you compliments Soft Weave Bathroom Tissue.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue. Available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
Thanks for joining us. We begin the news on a somber note this evening as a distraught mother is seeking the public's help in finding her teenage son who left home for school on Wednesday and has not returned home since. The desperate mother reached out to GBN and spoke with my colleague Rena Pett Thomas today.
Lorna Thomas is in tears as she is desperate to find her 13-year-old son, Jaden Thomas, who lives with his father in St. Paul's. She said he left for school on Wednesday and was seen by a neighbor later in the evening, but has not been seen since.
He don't live with me. He lived with his dad for the last 3 years. So he contacted me last night and asked me if Jaden is by me. And I told him no. And he said he come from work and he has not seen him. And I asked him if he went to the police station. He said yes, he went to the St. Paul's police station. He made a report. He said the police, they even searched last night surrounding areas, areas around and stuff. And nothing. I've called my mom, I called my cousins, I called everybody that I believe that, he will go by, but nothing. Apparently yesterday he left with his older sister. She was West Hall Secondary. He left. They took a bus going up that side, a number 2 bus. She dropped him at his school gap. She went down to school at West Hall. When she came back home, he was not there.
The mother says that over the past few months, her son's attitude to school changed, and he has been quieter than usual. The change became noticeable after Jaden was unsuccessful in his CPEE exam, and in October, the principal revealed that he was regularly absent. This came as a surprise to the father, who, according to the mother, said Jaden will leave home for school daily. They later later found out that he has been bullied at school because he was unsuccessful in his exam.
Well, we knew he's a quiet child, so we knew he had trouble in the past about bullying. We know children pick on him because he didn't do pass the CPA. We know he complained about 2 children, harassing him. I'm not too sure of the names. His father went to the school to clarify everything. So we know of 2 children that was kind of, bullying him in school 24/7. His offer last night when after 10 and he couldn't be found, one of his classmates reached out to my daughter and let my daughter know that he does be seriously bullied by one particular child. And every time he comes to school, the child bully him. So apparently, we are not too sure if this is the reason why his behavior changed towards school. Because even if you have a school event and you say, let me go and get a clothes to go in the school event, he starts to shake. I told him I witnessed that over the holidays. Everything concerning the school. Jaden want to go in the fair? No, all my clothes dirty. Jaden want to go on a school trip with the school? No, mommy. And he shakes one foot. So I know his behavior did change.
The mother says with the new school term, she had another discussion with her son, who was again happy to return to school, only to find out that he is missing just a few days into the new school term.
Not skip school anymore because the police speak to you already. I say, you're sure nobody interfere with the school? He said no. I say, you're sure you're not being bullied in the school? He said no. Over and over, I asked the question, you want to stay with me? You want to transfer? He said no. He wants to go to school. He wants to do CPA.
Thomas is desperate to find her son and is asking the general public to help in any way. She's also appealing to Jaden to come home.
Well, just anybody. He's a 13-year-old child. He don't have to miss. He don't have to miss. If he's on the road, somebody must see him. Somebody must see him somewhere. He not hard to miss. We just always say, Grenada not that huge, so somebody must see him somewhere, anywhere. I just want to help. Just try finding him. Volunteers, anybody. Because I can't wait for 48 hours for the police to put it up on the radar. It's already 24 hours. And a lot of rainfall last night, and we don't know where he is. Just come home. We don't vex with you. Just come home, and we go walk on it.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
Distraught mother there. Come home. Catholics in Grenada will pay their final respects to Pope Benedict XVI on Friday. Christina John spoke with a representative from the Catholic community on Thursday.
It's a somewhat sad day for Catholics here in Grenada and around the world, as Pope Benedict XVI was laid to rest on Thursday. Pope Francis, his successor, joined pilgrims in St. Peter's Square to preside over the funeral of his predecessor. Pope Benedict passed on December 31st, 2022 at the age of 95 years. In an exclusive interview, parish priest Father Sean Doggett says Catholics here will pay their final respects on Friday.
Let me say first of all that what's being done in Grenada is tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock. There is a special mass in the cathedral for the repose of the soul of Pope Benedict XVI. So all are invited to come to that at 5 o'clock in the cathedral in St. George's tomorrow, Friday.
No one from Grenada's Catholic community attended the funeral in person, as Father Doggett explains.
It was not... He expressed a desire, and I think Pope Francis too had a desire that the funeral be kept as simple as possible. You see, it wasn't delayed very long. He died on, what was it, Old Year's Day, I think. And, they just had the few days of lying in state and then the funeral, which, like any funeral, well, maybe there's more people present and a little bit more elaborate, but basically it's the same funeral that any Catholic would have here in Grenada or anywhere else throughout the world.
The deceased Pope was criticized for his handling of the Church's sexual abuse scandal, a scourge that followed him and rocked the Catholic Church community.
What the big surprise was that he decided to retire, because no Pope had retired in about 600 years. But in a sense, that was his greatness. because the church was facing challenges at that time of a nature that he did not feel he could deal with, that he was not the person to do that. And so he was already well in his 80s, and he did not feel up to it, and he did the very honorable thing, and he announced very unexpectedly that he would retire as Pope and allow somebody else to be elected. And out of that, we elected Pope Francis.
If there is one page Father Sean had to take from the former Pope's book, it would be this.
Well, to study, not to just, take things off the top of your head. When we study the Word of God, or when we profess our belief, what are we really saying? If I say I believe in God, well, what am I really believing in? What is God? What is my image of God? What is my understanding of God? My understanding of God, we say 3 persons in one God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. What really do I believe by that? What do I mean by that? And how are those persons related within the one God? Because there is only one God. These kind of questions. And likewise from the Word of God, questions like, what did Jesus mean when he said, unless you eat my flesh and drink my blood, you will not have life in you? So delving into these and coming to the truth, what God has really told us, that was the contribution of Pope Benedict, and that would be the lesson that all of us must learn.
The dome of St. Peter's Basilica at the Vatican was shrouded in mist as a cypress wood coffin containing Pope Benedict XVI's body was brought out, placed on a step, and subsequently interred in a tomb beneath the cathedral. Pope Benedict XVI was born Joseph Ratzinger on the 16th April 1927 and passed on December 31st, 2022. He was the head of the Catholic Church and sovereign of the Vatican City-State from the 19th April 2005 until his resignation on the 28th of February 2013. Christina John, GBN News.
Well, while many people did not make it to 2023, the people who did are grateful for surviving another year. As many Grenadians start to settle into 2023, GBN sought to find out if the tradition of having a New Year's resolution is still part of their culture. A New Year's resolution or a New Year's goal is a kind of promise that is made to oneself at the start of a new year. Usually the resolution is intended to improve one's life. For ages, people have been using the start of a new year to make positive changes in their lives. Whether any of these promises lasted into February is still anyone's guess. GBN News combed the streets of St. George today and asked people about their resolutions for 2023.
You make a resolution, but things doesn't go as planned. So that's why most of the times I don't really make, have this New Year resolution, because life is so unpredictable right now, So we just have to hope for the best.
To do all I can to uplift Grenada. That would be my New Year's resolution. Yeah. It's big or small, whether it's, not taking plastic, recycling, using a recycle bag, whatever it is, from the smallest to the largest thing, whatever I can do to uplift Grenada. That'd be my New Year's resolution.
Indulging myself, not being selfish, but self-awareness should be considered. Because too much of time we put ourselves out there and we get hurt, whether by friends, family, loved ones. So, self-awareness and self-love we should endure on.
To be honest, I'm not even sure yet. I'm a student of TAMCC, so for now focusing on trying to finish off for 2023 and maybe see what the future holds for me. Maybe I might go on to SGU if finances afford me. Well, it's a good thing. It's a good thing to set goals. At least you have a plan. You will be able to work with it. So, that you're getting things accomplished when you set a goal. But you could move with the flow too.
I stopped making resolutions because I don't keep them. Understand? So I don't make it anymore. If you could keep it, yes. If not, just do like me. No bother.
Really, I'm just trying, walking on what I already built on from last year or the years before. So it's just building steps going forward. Not really anything new for the year. I believe everybody should have goals, be it short-term, long-term goals. Yeah, I believe that. Because it's all about growth and betterment. Yes, I believe that.
This is Network News. Still ahead from us, farmers' representative in the Senate calls for a pre-deal larceny fund to compensate victims. This is the news.
Interest rates, win cash prizes for the best Christmas ever. So we'll make it, hey, para playing, hey, ham and black cake eating. Now this is Christmas.
Get unsecured loans up to $50,000 and a chance to win cash prizes this Christmas at
Republic Bank. We're the one for you.
After a long year of waiting, Flow brings you the magic of Christmas giving. Discounts on devices to bring you closer to your loved ones. Prizes to enjoy with your family and friends. And the best in entertainment bundles for everyone to gather around. This Christmas, one gift brings many more. Like more data and speeds to share everything with the family. So sign up, bundle up, switch up, top up, or pay up to win $4,000 in cash or appliances plus other weekly prizes. For the best in Christmas deals and rewards, visit discoverflow.co.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. But the prettiest sight to see is the holly that will be on your own front door.
Pfizer celebrates 75 years of transforming lives with its celebratory suite of loan products. Own your own vehicle, education, land, or home, and anchor your roots. Start living the life you deserve by applying for an Own Your Own loan at reduced interest rates. Simplify your life and consolidate all your debts by applying for a Simplify loan and open doors to new beginnings and explore more opportunities to shape your future. Call or send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987 or email us at loans@arisecu.com today to continue your journey towards financial freedom. Terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union, celebrating 75 years of transforming lives.
Affordable quality products delivered to you via superb service. We are Superb Distributors, wholesalers and authorized agents for trusted products you know and love, like Rika Juices, Pure Heaven products, Bibin diapers, New Bright laundry detergent, Allegro pasta, and more.
Contact Superb Distributors at 435-2948 for superb quality and service.
Start the new year right with extra cash when you take your next Quartz Ready Cash loan. Get $100 Quartz cash with your $5,000 loan and double the rewards with your next loan of $8,000 or over. Get your loan now and pay nothing down and get 30 days to make your first installment. Plus, hassle-free service, flexible payment terms, and 24-hour approval. All you need to apply is your ID, proof of address, payslip, references, and a job letter. Let's ring in the new year with some extra cash from Quartz Ready Cash. Conditions apply. Quartz Ready Cash. We are ready when you are.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Have your family or friends ever needed cash now, but you are nowhere close to give it to them directly? With the cardless cash feature from Republic Bank Online and your mobile phone, it is hassle-free and convenient to send money to anyone, including yourself, using the Republic mobile app. Simply log into your account, access the cardless feature, enter the amount you want to transfer, and using the access code provided, the cash can be withdrawn instantly from a designated Republic Bank ATM without a card. Republic Bank Cardless Cash is convenience at your fingertips. To learn more about our cardless cash features, visit republicgrenada.com for more details. Special terms and conditions apply.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
We're back here at Television Center. Farmers representative in the Senate, Roderick Sinclair, is calling for a Predia larceny fund to compensate victims of the growing scourge. Christina John reports.
Farmers and Fishers representative in the Senate, Roderick Sinclair, says Predia larceny continues to be one of the biggest challenges confronting the agriculture sector, and he is keen to see a national approach to eradicate this.
Last year, the police commissioner would have had a forum in the Look Cinema early last year. Farmers are meeting me and asking me what is the result of this consultation, what has happened, and that has been an ongoing question. So this is some answers that we would hope that we can get at some point.
Seeking justice for farmers who fall victim to thieves is simply not enough. Sinclair is recommending that a Predia larceny fund be put in place to address compensation to victims of Predia larceny. He was speaking in light of an increase in the incidence of crop theft resulting in farmers' grievances.
Because if the crop companies, the Predia larceny fund is set up, and this is not a bank account, this is basically a line item within the government account. So when you go and you pay, just like how you pay your license, you pay for plants in the treasury, this money would be deposited in that line item and it's hold there. And so if this fund exists, right, then persons who police may have picked up for some reason, and they would have been charged. And we don't know who the goods is for. These funds would go into this fund. And so in this case now, if this gentleman is charged and found guilty and he doesn't have the money to pay one dime, you can now get funds out of this Predia larceny fund and give her, even if it's at 10%, 20%, so at least she could start her business over again.
Senator Sinclair is calling on the administration to set up the funds since farmers cannot do it themselves. The senator says consultations were held in this regard.
We speak about the farmers have to register, we need the farmers' ID and so on. And of course, we need to encourage more of that. And we need to have the registration and have all those records updated. But this is the farmer side. The farmer can go and set up a Predia larceny fund. The farmer don't have no power within the Crop Compensation Act, which is basically a two-line act to set up. Otherwise, maybe the farmer might have do it already. But the farmer doesn't have that legal authority to do it. That has to be done by the executive and the government. You know, the farmer does his part, which is taking out the ID. And of course, we need to get the vendors and them likewise registered. We have all the vendors selling, especially those within the market and public spaces. Again, the ministry is responsible for those, should ensure that these vendors are properly registered and they follow the protocol to be able to sell in those spaces.
Christina John, GBN News.
The Food and Nutrition Council will be working along with the government of Grenada as it moves to increase taxes on sugar-sweetened beverages next month. Executive Director Lydia Brown says it is a pleasant way to start the new year. Nisha Paul reports.
Pleased to hear when the Prime Minister announced that there would be an increase in taxes on sugar-sweetened beverages. They aren't the only thing that contribute to chronic non-communicable diseases, but they sure do contribute because we consume them in very large amounts, and they're foods that are considered ultra-processed. Some of them I don't even really categorize them as food. I mean, they have energy in them, but no nutrients.
Lydia Brown, Executive Director of the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council, has welcomed the move to increase taxes on sugar-sweetened beverages as of February 1st.
I think this is a very positive move. I know that we are seeing increasing numbers of persons coming down with many chronic diseases, and the increase in intake of sugars is not only linked to diabetes, as people may think, but it also contributes to obesity, and we know that obesity is linked to many of the chronic diseases, including hypertension, cancers, and we know that cancer has been our #1 cause of death in Grenada.
The dietitian says says she is hoping that the increased taxes will have the desired effect and decrease the consumption of sugar-sweetened beverages.
It would be interesting to see down the line whether our importation of some of these drinks have decreased because the sales have gone down. I mean, we would have to be able to put some things in place, working along with other ministries and stuff to see what the long-term, the medium to long-term effect of this increase has been. We know there was an increase in the past, and I don't think it really was probably significant enough to make that shift for us to see a decrease.
Health Minister Jonathan Lacrette recently revealed that non-communicable diseases, which includes diabetes, account for 83% of deaths in the country. For GBN News, Nisha Paul.
A local farmer's distress over pre-deal larceny is what has been creating a buzz on social media. Beverly Telesford has been looking around the platforms.
We present the news. You analyze the various topics and distill the issues as they unfold. Your distillation points matter as we're about to highlight them in our Social Buzz report.
A farmer is still in distress while police are yet to make an arrest following the theft of thousands of dollars of agricultural produce. Senator Roderick Sinclair wrote to the Royal Grenada Police Force on behalf of the farmer requesting intervention.
Is this a case of police failing to perform their duties, that of serving and protecting members of the public? Despite having evidence, which include camera footage, Sally Gidhari continues to suffer losses at the hands of a thief. Recently, GBN visited Gidhari's farm at Claboni, St. Andrew. Having lost thousands of dollars worth of peppers and other agricultural crops, the farmer says she has exhausted all options and has turned Farmers and Fishers representative in the Senate, Senator Roderick Sinclair.
Social media users took to the comment section to share their thoughts about this development. The following views are of members of the public and not of the Grenada Broadcasting Network. Cynthia said, vendors and our purchasers are just as guilty as the robbers and they too should be charged. Sometimes the public can't be told of the moves of the law enforcement officers. We might think they are not doing anything, but there is a saying, the wheels of justice grind slow. Please, people, let us respect each other. Farming is not easy. We need to grow what we eat to assist with the economy and cut our import costs. Don said, to me, it's a great disrespect. She worked too hard. Very easy to find. Go to the market and ask where they buy the product. Gertrude said, lady, you pray deep within your heart. God knows just what to do to stop them from destroying the labor of your hands. And this person added, thieves, I can't stand. Ask for what you want. So much labor and cleaning, and when time to harvest and enjoy, thieves. Oh gosh, man. That's what's buzzing tonight. We encourage you, our viewers and listeners, to submit your think pieces on trending topics locally, regionally, and internationally via our Facebook page and YouTube channel. Continue to share your thoughts and concerns with us on our social media platforms.
Independence Calypso competition in high gear with new changes to the event. Next.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Shop at Southern Electrical for all your security camera needs. We offer a wide variety of cameras ranging from solar cameras with or without lights, 4G cameras, Wi-Fi and PoE kits, 4th channel, 8 channels, 16 channels, replacement cameras for PoE, standalone Wi-Fi cameras, wall lamp or bulb, floodlights with cameras, watch cameras, pen cameras, and much more. We are located at Dusty Highway in Brana and St. George. Southern Electrical, best value, expert advice, quality product. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook today.
Siemens WeatherGuard Pro. For every project, there's only one Pro.
Here's a little known fact. There is only one place in Grenada that you can get an MRI scan done. That place is Spicile Imaging Center. Yes, Grenada, that's the truth. Other centers could offer you other scans, but Spicile Imaging provides an authentic MRI scan. Here's another little known fact. Spicile Imaging has 3 centers. We operate at Grenville, the Carnage, and at the Ocean House, Grandlands. We provide the widest range of laboratory tests and services. CT scans, x-rays, mammograms, ultrasounds, and a host of other services. We are fully staffed by a team of family doctors and specialists. Call us today at 444-7679 or 440-1500. or visit any of our 3 locations. Spicile Imaging, from seeing the doctor to getting lab tests, scans, and pharmacy services. We are here to take care of you.
Welcome back. The annual Independence Calypso competition is in high gear as organizers are now accepting song entries until January 13. The revamped event is expected to be top quality as changes have been made to the competition. More from Rena Pet Thomas.
The 2023 Independence Calypso competition is on, and organizers have announced that the last day for Calypsonians to submit their songs is January 13, 2023. According to Adrian Mack, coordinator of the Independence Calypso competition, the submitted songs will be judged on the 14th of January. He outlined other key dates for the competition.
Submission of songs will be the 13th of January. The judging for the preliminary will be on the 14th. And the announcement for the semifinals will be the 16th. The semifinals now will be on the 28th of January. That will be at La Sagesse. The finals will be on the 3rd of February at the Sotes Bus Terminus.
The coordinator revealed that so far they have received 2 submissions, but they anticipate over 30. Based on the final number of entries, the plan is for 20 Calypsonians to be selected for the semi-final round and 9 for the finals. Mark says this year changes have been made to improve the quality of the Independence Calypso competition.
This year, we are having the competition in 2 stages, 3 stages, but 2 stages with a band. We have the preliminary round, then we have the semifinals, then we have the finals. So the preliminary round will be judged just as last year. You send in your songs, and we listen to the songs, and we judge from there. The semifinals now will be performed using a band. So if you make it to the semifinals from the preliminary round, you will be performing with a band. And that goes the same way for the finals.
The organizers expect high-quality calypso music for the annual event, especially now that the prize money and appearance fee for the competition have increased.
At the semifinals, the appearance fee will be $2,000. At the finals, the person coming first will get $10,000. Second, $8,000. third 6,000, fourth 4,000, and the appearance fee is 2,500. We are asking that Kaisonians as much as possible register to the preliminaries because we're looking for about 20 artists going into the preliminary round.
For GBN News, I am Rena Pett-Thomas reporting.
The story to report, members of the Houses of Parliament will participate in a post-election seminar in March this year with parliamentarians from the United Kingdom. That's according to the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Leo Cato. We can tell you the seminar at the Parliament building at Monkweldale will be undertaken by the UK branch of the Commonwealth Parliamentary Association. It will be an information sharing initiative intended to help newcomers to Parliament. Many of the representatives elected in the June 23, 2022 general elections are first-time parliamentarians. Initially scheduled for September 2022, the training was deferred because of the death of Her Majesty the Queen that month. Based in the heart of the UK Parliament, CPA UK has worked to support and strengthen parliamentary democracy across the Commonwealth since its establishment in 1911. Its programs aim to achieve improved parliamentary oversight, scrutiny, and representation. An ambidextrous youth is bowling his way into this evening's GBN Eyesore. It's time to take a peek through the lens.
A good eye catches all. GBN Eyesore is brought to you by Clear Vision.
Life is beautiful if only you can see it. Clear Vision Eye Center helps you do just that. We provide expert service, classy eyewear, and cutting-edge technology, all with a quality customer experience. See better, feel better, and look better. Meet us today at clearvisiongrenada.com or call 444-0055, WhatsApp 409-0055, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Clear Vision Eye Center. Let's see life and the world with a clear vision.
Featured in tonight's Eyesore is Aravinda Bishop. In a recent Windward Islands Under 15 match in St. Lucia, Bishop took wickets bowling right hand and left hand. In 4 matches, he got 8 wickets. Aravinda is the first ambidextrous wicket taker in a West Indies cricket match. According to Bishop's father and coach, Roy Bishop, his son's ambidextrous bowling started when he was about 6. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp on 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Stay with us. We'll be back to report the sports news and around the globe.
Your Gifts of Love for Cheer 2.0. 'Tis the season for holly jolly days at the communal. It's all about sharing the warmth of this season with those you love, getting on this special loan, taking advantage of great interest rates with no principal payments until January 2023. Share the gift of love. Make it a merrier Christmas with the communal. Exciting prizes for members throughout the promotion. For we are your Santa this Christmas. Offer ends January 31st, 2023. Lending terms and conditions apply.
If there was ever a time to keep and stay healthy, it's now. We at Hills and Valley are here to help you take deliberate steps to maintain your health. We stayed true to maintaining the most comprehensive rates while stocking the widest range of medicines and health devices, including personal protective equipment. There are so many benefits shopping with us. You get great savings through discounts for senior citizens and reward cards for loyal customers. Ask about owning yours today. Visit us at Halifax and Grenville Street, St. George, Jubilee Street opposite the Grenville Bus Terminal, and at Hillsborough, Carriacou. Our wholesale distribution on Halifax Street also stocks the widest range of pharmaceuticals. We are with you on the hills and in the valleys. We are Hills and Valley Pharmacy.
level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
Good evening, sporting fans. 2023 will see an active athletics season for secondary schools throughout the country. Athletes will see the reintroduction of hurdles to the sporting calendar. A workshop was conducted on Thursday at the Karani James Athletic Stadium for coaches, athletes, and physical education teachers. President of the Grenada Athletic Association is Conrad Francis.
The previous workshops we've had in hurdling did not involve directly the PE teachers and students from the schools. It was always among our coaches. So some of you may have been involved in it, but the vast majority of faces I'm seeing here were not involved. So it is a direct interaction with the PE teachers and coaches of the various secondary.
Francis encouraged the participants to grasp what is being taught to them to help develop their skills.
So I just want to implore upon you to listen carefully, do the things that you are instructed to do, and I'm sure that at the end of the day, you will develop certain skill sets that will allow you to learn and to perform the art of hurdling at a reasonable level. You have a platform, a base in which you can start so that you can go back.
Facilitator of the workshop is coaching educator Wayne Maxine.
We try to help to bring the best out of you. And I'm here to help coaches and to help you so that the best can come out of you and you will receive success. You know, with everything you go with God and you work hard. You know, you can't stay in your comfort zone and expect to excel. You got to step out sometime. And sometimes the comfort zone is the challenge of overcoming or running off the hurdle. So today, we're going to have a theoretical session where we're going to actually go through the whole sequence of hurdling.
All right, so the reintroduction of the hurdles is an initiative of the Principals Association. The Ministry of Sports, through online voting, has named Lyndon Victor, male, and Jamora Alves, female, as sports personalities of the year 2022. Victor broke his Grenadian record from 2017, scoring 8,550 points to win the 2022 Decathlon at the Decaster meeting in Talents. In 2022, he also won gold in the men's decathlon at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, England. Caracu's Jamora Alves is an outstanding female shot put and discus athlete making waves internationally. The 19-year-old was discovered by Grenadian coach Trevor McIntosh. Last year, Alves secured a full university scholarship to attend St. John's University in the United States. She's pursuing a degree in health and human service and biology. The story, with budding talent already capped in senior T20s and winnable matches in the group stage, the West Indies can make an early impact in the ICC Under-19 Women's T20 World Cup 2023. Here's what we can tell you. The West Indies Under-19 women's team will target wins against Indonesia and Ireland to ensure they progress from the group stage, while hoping to be more competitive against New Zealand than the two losses to them in November. Only tasting victory once in their past 10 T20s, with recent losses also coming against Sri Lanka, India and the USA. Any success beyond the group stage could be considered a bonus for the team. The team's first scheduled match is on January 15 versus Ireland. Then they will come up against Indonesia on January 17, followed by New Zealand on January 19. That's the sports news for the time being. A heated resumption to the Commission of Inquiry as General Manager of Paria Fuel Trading Company, Mushtaq Mohammed, and Chairman Jerome Lynch clash over the company's failure to declare the risks of the pipeline. We get more from CNC3.
Was your company responsible for the removal of the liquid from the pipeline?
But almost 30 minutes later, and there was still no clear answer from the Paria general manager.
Keep on going, I'll come back to that.
But the chairman stood his ground.
No, I'd like the answer now, please.
I would say...
Was your company responsible for the removal of the liquid from the pipeline?
Eventually, Mohammed responded.
I would say our company was responsible for the process and the system by which the liquid would have been removed from the pipeline.
Well, I don't understand that.
All right.
You're taking the oil out of your...
No. That's it. And I think you hit the nail on the head.
But he made it clear to the commission that while Paria is in charge of the operation, LMCS knew the job it was getting into, since it was similar to one completed a year before the tragic incident.
My understanding of the job that was done in 2020, that possibility also existed, that there were plugs inserted in the line. There was likely to be a Delta P activity. So, in terms of the differences in the job, would it be the depth underwater, I guess the length of the pipeline, but there were no major material differences with regards to the type of job and the risk associated with the job.
Mohammed maintains that there was no viable plan to rescue the divers, Faisal Kurban, Kazim Ali Jr., Rishi Nagasa, and Yusuf Henry. He says Paria was not willing to risk any other lives. But while the families were dealing with the aftermath of losing their loved ones, Mohammed says they were offered counseling, groceries, and massive gift cards. Mohammed said these were what the company believed the families needed to keep them going. Jesse Ramdale, CNC3 News.
In Guyana, an attempt has been made there to ensure that children living with disabilities are not left behind, but rather are included, enabling them to become self-sufficient and productive adults. We get more in this HGP TV report.
200 learners living with disabilities from various rehabilitation centers countrywide are slated to benefit from a spanking aquatic therapy pool being constructed at the Regional Special Education Needs Disability Diagnostic and Treatment Center located at the Siripoto Education College, Turkine, East Coast, Demerara. During the start turning ceremony, Education Minister Priya Manichan posited that equipping children living with disabilities with the requisite tools for advancement must be center stage.
Even as we try to solve those, we are looking at the more vulnerable groups because we believe there's a lot of work that we can do that remains to be done. And I want to say to parents of special needs children, we have not forgotten you.
These tools will produce self-sufficient and productive adults in the labor force, Manichan proffered.
Forgotten you, and you're going to see that in the adult your child becomes. You're going to see governmental state input. You're going to see the Ministry of Education working to make your child into a self-sufficient, productive adult.
The aquatic therapy pool is intended to aid learners living with disabilities with sensory coordination issues and provide learners who are on the spectrum with social interaction opportunities to develop hand-eye coordination, muscular strength balance, and posture. Keon Chung, Assistant Education Officer with responsibility for special education needs, said that the initiative will change the lives of the children through the improvement of coordination and cognitive skills.
This initiative of an aquatic therapy most positively adds to the concept of related services. Related services are the services that are not necessarily found in the classrooms. Related services are the services that are needed to make an individual more functional in every.
The beneficiaries will come from the David Rose Special School, the Bedford-Wacton Common Special Unit, among others. The initiative is being financed by Trinidadian businessman Teddy Mohammed, the proprietor of Caribbean Educational Publishers. Antonio Day reporting for the AGP 19 News.
Further afield, Russian President Vladimir Putin has ordered his defense minister to impose a 36-hour ceasefire on the Ukrainian front line beginning on Friday. This is all we can tell you. The ceasefire, scheduled to start at 12 noon Moscow time, will coincide with the Russian Orthodox Christmas. Mr. Putin asked Ukraine to reciprocate, but Kiev quickly rejected the request. Ukraine's foreign minister has said the announcement cannot and should not be taken seriously. The Kremlin statement appeared to stress that President Putin ordered his troops to stop fighting, not because he was de-escalating. Putin never de-escalates, but because he had listened to an appeal from the head of the Russian Orthodox Church. Patriarch Kirill, early in the day, called for a Christmas truce to allow believers to attend church services for Orthodox Christmas. The Russian Orthodox Church celebrates Christmas Day on January 7, according to the Julian calendar. We'll be back to remind you of the headlines. This is GBN, a reminder of the headlines. We reported a desperate mother was seeking the public's assistance in locating her teenage son. We're very pleased to report a teenage son has been found. Catholics in Grenada to pay their final respects to Pope Benedict XVI on Friday. Grenadians set their New Year's resolutions for 2023. Farmers' representative in the Senate, Roderick Sinclair, calls for a pre-deal larceny fund to compensate victims. Regionally, heated resumption to the Commission of Inquiry into the Paria diving tragedy in Trinidad. Plus in the sports news, reintroduction of hurdles to sporting calendar. That's GBN News for Thursday, January 5, 2023. If you missed any part of this newscast, a repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. That is the broadcast. Thanks for watching. Take care. Good night.